Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So I got another deck profile for you guys today. This time it's on my Pendulum Guardragon deck. It's basically the Endymion deck, but this time, like before, it's just, you gotta run different packages just to make this deck extra consistent. You want to make full use of the Guardragon place, that way you can get multiple negates out as quickly as you can. And basically just make a board that's almost unbreakable, but of course, when people are starting out Sphere Mode, that's a different story. But we got some new cards in this deck. I had to make a lot of changes because, I wanted to make this deck feel a little bit more smooth than before, give it some extra draw power aside from Pot of Desire. So that's generally what the goal was. And I finally found the build that I found that suited me best. So here we go. All right, so starting off, of course, playing the best card in the entire deck, Servant of Endymion. Get 3 spell counters on her. You can special summon her from the Pendulum Zone and special summon 1 Pendulum monster from your deck that can have a spell counter on it. So you usually go for your Mighty Master of Magic, the main Endymion boss monster, or you can go into Jackal King. Most of the time I just go into the Jackal King just so I can get it out as fast as I can and keep racking up on spell counters. That way I have multiple monster negates. Next up, of course, Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, which negates spells and traps. Every now and then I do pull off his Pendulum effect, but it's not too often. But yeah, it's just like, he's still a good monster, he's a good beat stick to run, and I definitely recommend at least just 1 copy. Close second, in case if I didn't open up with that Servant, Curtain Raiser, just for added consistency. And just, free summon, that way you don't commit to your normal summon too early. For the Mythical Beast, I'm actually only running 1 Jackal King now because he's a brick, and plus it's easy to summon out with Servant anyway. And I've been seeing a lot of builds that have been doing this too, just running 1 Jackal King, and they just completely take out the Master Service. Of course, if you're playing 60 cards, you still want to run this Master Service, but 40 card builds, all you need is the 1 Jackal King and, of course, the 1 Garuda. Just so you know, it's just free disruption, just remove 3 spell counters, and you can bounce back a monster your opponent controls. So that's the only real reason to run Garuda still, so you just need these 2, and that's more than enough. For Pen Magician packages, of course, playing Triple Chronograph, definitely need it. I'm only playing 2 Harmonizing now just because you don't want to see it too often. You mainly want to search it out now, so I still like to just play Harmonizing because, she's still an important piece of the puzzle. 1 Purple Poison, 1 Black Fang, Time Gauger to go with your Chronograph, if you need an extender piece. 1 Dragon Pit Magician. And lastly, 1 Dragon Caller Magician, which definitely helps with the Guardragon place because it turns anything on the field into dragon. So Dragon Caller, definitely need it. For my Supreme King package, playing Triple Dark Worm, another key extender you need to run. Try to get this into the graveyard as quickly as you can. And if you do open up with it, it's not too bad. You can still just normal summon and still go off from there. 1 Supreme King Gate 0, just because, low scale. 1 Ether, the Empowering Dragon. The reason you want to run this more than Sloth right now, a Morphage Sloth, because this card kind of gives you more value. You can summon it off the effect of Hieratic Seal, which also acts as a form of disruption. And plus, this card banishes anytime it banishes a card your opponent controls, well, mainly a monster. And anytime it's normal or special summon, and it's not a hard once per turn. In fact, not even a once per turn at all. You just keep summoning this out. So if you can summon it out in multiple times, then you're pretty much good to go. And then lastly, I'm playing 1 Distrito, just again for Guardragon plays. So that's why. Alright, so now we're moving on to spells. I'm playing, of course, 3 Spell Power Mastery. This is Rhoda, and plus if you already have Servant out, just gives her an additional spell counter. I'm playing 3 Pot of Desires, like I said, definitely need as much draw power as you can, and this helps with that. I'm playing Triple Lure of Darkness. Again, more draw power, and the more spells you activate, the better, because, you need to rack up on spell counters. 2 Duelist Alliance, to search out any card that has Pendulum in the name, mainly Pendulum Call next, which gets you access to your Magician monsters faster, so definitely need it. And for 1-ups, playing 1 Dragon Shrine. I don't think you need more than that. If you want to run 2, go ahead. 1 Foolish Burial, and 1 Upstart Goblin. Just, figured why not. Alright, so now we're moving on to the extra deck. The extra deck is pretty standard, but pretty good too. Of course, gotta still run 1 Electromites at 1 for a reason, but whatever. 1's all you'll need. I still like to play 1 Metaltron just because he does give you some additional value of any monsters it points to that were summoned from the extract or destroyed, so it's a good way just to get additional searches off. For my Guardragon package, I'm playing the Hieratic Seal, of course, which again acts as a form of disruption. Gotta play Agripane, gives you access to Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, or Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon, depending on what your situation is and or what you want to sit on. One Guardragon LP, gets you Destrudo or Ether out. But with Hieratic Seal, most of the time I just go for Ether. I usually just go for Destrudo, I'm sorry. Triple Burst Dragon, definitely helps you extend because, the combo is like, you want to try to get this out as first. Well, first get Electromite out, summon out LP, and then go into Triple Burst. That way you can get into Agripane right after. One Saryuja Scoldred, I do bring this up quite a lot. If I can keep turboing out and without using too many resources, Saryuja definitely helps me out and just fixes up my hands. For more disruption, got Appaloosa. Definitely want to get more monster negations out because it seems like we're in a format where monster effects are the most important thing to have right now. For, just to, as a win condition, Boral Sword Dragon still helps. For my synchros, I play F.A. Dawn Dragster. I do have quite a few tuner monsters, so this is just a good way, just to have more negations. I'm now playing Ignister just because, I didn't realize you could do this because I wasn't too familiar with this card, but you can pop any Pendulum skill. So if it's a mirror match, you can pop your opponent's Pendulum skills as well and shuffle back one card they control. So your opponent basically negs 2. Now I can see why this card's at 1. And, of course, you can special summon a Draco Slayer monster from your deck in defense mode, but I don't have any in my deck right now, so that's why I don't play them. So as long as you can get this out, you're pretty much good to go, and it's not hard to summon whatsoever. Hot Red Dragon, Archfiend Abyss, again, it's easy to bring out with the Guardragons. Borreload Savage Dragon, I sometimes get a Link 4 out on him sometimes, but most of the time I always bring out Triple Burst as his equip. But if I can pull off Saryuja as well, then, I'll usually give him Saryuja Scoldred just to give him those Boral counters. One Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon definitely helps too, as well as Odd Eyes Vortex Dragon for more negation. Because again, that's what all pendulums are now at this point. It's just like, you want to build a board of multiple negates. Alright, so now we're moving on to the to the side deck, playing Winged Dragon Raw Sphere mode. Again, for mirror match, because, mirror matches are pretty annoying. And this deck's better at going first. So, yeah. For any back row heavy strategy, Denko Seka. Drone Lockbird's the only hand trap I side out just because I feel like he's pretty effective this format. Triple MST, for more back row strategies, as well as Red Reboot. And that's pretty much it. Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed this, and I will catch you guys again next time.